Every month, thousands of ambitious professionals are quietly draining their bank accounts on overpriced AI subscriptions that do nothing but rewrite text and churn out generic bullet points. Marketing hype has well and truly blinded the market today. We're exposing the 3 most overrated tools causing this financial leak, and the one alternative that actually delivers the goods. Let's have a look at the first massive waste of money. Topic 1. The overpriced copywriting clone. An ambitious professional walks into his office every morning with one main mission: squeezing every bit of financial and operational efficiency out of his day. But there's a silent leak in his corporate credit card that's constantly draining his hard-earned cash on superficial digital software. He falls straight into the clever marketing trap of forking out 30 to 50 quid a month for a specialized AI copywriting platform that promises revolutionary corporate reports. In reality, behind the polished interface and shiny corporate branding, this tool is nothing more than a lazy, overpriced wrapper bolted onto basic public models. A wise mentor wouldn't tell a professional to steer clear of technology altogether, but rather to properly understand the architecture of the systems he's paying for. Instead of wasting money on these predatory text generation clones, a sharp operator goes straight to the source. Take, for instance, cutting out the middleman apps entirely and mastering custom system instructions inside a clean platform like Claude 3.5 Sonnet that yields far superior strategic output. He writes specific system instructions telling the core engine to adopt the exact analytical framework found in classic business reads like Principles by Ray Dalio. By making this one smart adjustment, an executive instantly stops hemorrhaging unnecessary subscription cash and starts getting his hands on elite, unfiltered intellectual output. He cuts straight through the marketing noise that fools the average, undisciplined worker, and builds himself a genuine zero-cost pipeline of bespoke knowledge. This single pivot completely reshapes his identity from a gullible tech consumer into a sharp, calculated technological architect. But saving money on text generation is only the first battle in this invisible war against modern software manipulation. Topic 2. The automated presentation mirage. The modern corporate world constantly pushes the idea that high-level visual storytelling can be nailed with a click of an automated presentation button. An executive prepping for a high-stakes board meeting often splashes out on specialist AI slide builders, hoping to save himself hours of layout work. Unfortunately, reality bites when the platform spits out a series of rigid templates with garish color palettes and shallow bullet points. This underwhelming output completely undermines his professional authority, leaving him to spend his evening manually rebuilding every single slide from scratch. A true master of digital leverage knows that real aesthetic influence can't be outsourced to cheap, overstructured template generators. Instead of falling for the automated layout hype, a savvy operator pairs sharp, minimalist design principles with precise, raw textual data. For example, he uses a free, clean tool like Canva alongside deep contextual prompts from a top-tier model to sketch out the overall structure. He sticks to the timeless formatting rules laid down by world-class communicators in books like Slideology by Nancy Duarte, favoring generous white space over heavy decorative clutter. Once a professional drops the illusion of these fake presentation tools, his visual communication instantly gains a level of sophistication and clarity his rivals simply can't match. He stands in front of clients presenting arguments that look thoroughly bespoke, holding the whole room's attention while everyone else looks identical, having used the same tired software. This one aesthetic shift saves him hundreds of pounds in hidden software costs while boosting how he's perceived professionally in the marketplace. But dodging bad design software is only part of the puzzle. A deeper trap is lurking right inside his communication hub. By the way, if you fancy carrying on cutting through the tech hype and protecting your hard-earned cash, take a second to subscribe to the channel. We're on a mission to hit our first 1,000 subscribers, and having you on board helps us keep churning out these raw, high-leverage efficiency frameworks. Smash that button, and let's crack on with the next software trap. Topic 3. The AI email sorter hype. An ambitious professional often finds himself locked in a never-ending battle against a chaotic, overwhelming inbox that keeps chipping away at his focus. Tempted by the promise of effortless digital organization, he signs up for a steep monthly fee for a specialist AI email sorting plugin. He expects this digital savior to beautifully sort his correspondence and magically handle his daily comes without a hitch. Instead, he quickly finds out that setting the software up takes hours of technical faffing about, and the app keeps burying critical client messages in the wrong folders. A true mentor knows that real mental clarity and workplace organization come from brutal simplicity, not from stacking complicated software on top of software. Rather than funding pricey middlemen sorting extensions, an elite strategist sets up an aggressive, zero-cost manual system right inside his basic email provider. For instance, he sets up a handful of simple, automated inbox filters in standard Gmail or Outlook to instantly separate internal company updates from high-priority client revenue streams. He pairs this with a timeless executive philosophy from Getting Things Done by David Allen, ruthlessly processing his comes in dedicated blocks. By ditching these unnecessary, overhyped sorting subscriptions, an executive reclaims total control over his attention span and his cash. He stops relying on buggy third-party algorithms that create dangerous blind spots in his day-to-day operations, and instead relies on crisp, predictable systems. This tactical refinement means his mental bandwidth is entirely dedicated to closing high-value deals, rather than babysitting broken automation setups. But once a professional has cleared his workspace of these 3 cache leaks, he's ready to master the one true command center. Topic 4. The ultimate command center. Having purged his corporate credit card of those 3 cache-draining software traps, the elite professional finally goes looking for the one definitive solution. A wise mentor knows you don't need a scattered army of specialist apps when a single sophisticated framework can handle all the heavy lifting. The sharpest operators on the market today consolidate their entire workflow inside one unified command center like Claude 3.5 Sonnet. This single powerful engine completely replaces copywriting wrappers, slide layout software, and email assistants, acting as a fluid, multi-talented digital partner instead. To put this into practice, you need to stop treating the platform like a basic search engine and start building proper internal tools with it. For example, by using the projects feature inside Claude, an executive can upload his entire company playbook, financial records, and brand guidelines into one secure space. He can then get the system to build fully working automation scripts, draft high-stakes client correspondence, and map out entire corporate presentations all at once. This central strategy effectively turns a 20 quid investment into a relentless, world-class virtual chief of staff that scales his output exponentially. By taking this centralized approach to digital execution, a professional shifts from being a vulnerable tech consumer into a proper architect of leverage. He wipes out hundreds of pounds in redundant, useless monthly software bills while hitting a level of operational speed that leaves his competitors completely stuck in the mud. This clever setup frees up a huge amount of mental energy, letting him focus purely on the high-leverage decisions that actually move the needle. Once a man masters the art of consolidating his technological power, his path to total financial and professional freedom becomes utterly unstoppable. Conclusion. At the end of the day, knowing which AI tools are draining your wallet counts for absolutely nothing if you carry on funding those useless monthly subscriptions tomorrow morning. Real professional and financial leverage takes immediate cold-blooded action, and clearing the digital clutter off your corporate card is your first step towards total operational freedom. Why stay a vulnerable tech consumer chucking money at lazy marketing wrappers when you've now got the exact blueprint to centralize your entire workflow? It's time to stop playing by the rules of greedy software companies and start operating like a proper, calculated strategist. Let me leave you with a rather provoking question to chew on before you close this video tonight. If you carry on managing your tech stack and your money exactly the same way you did last week, how much cash and focus will you honestly waste over the next year? Are you genuinely happy paying a premium for shallow tools just because they look trendy? Or are you ready to master a lean, high ROI setup? The top-tier operators in the market don't chase every shiny new thing. They deliberately build one powerful command center to dominate their industry. The choice is entirely yours, but remember that a year from now, your bank account and your sanity will wish you'd made this switch today. If you're truly ready to future-proof your career, protect your money, and consistently unlock these deep, non-obvious digital strategies, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now and switch those notifications on. By joining our growing community today, you'll make sure you never miss our weekly tactical breakdowns on high-performance frameworks and corporate mastery. Don't let this valuable knowledge fade into the background of another busy week. Audit your software subscriptions tonight, deploy your master command center, and we'll see you in the next video.